Let's go! Welcome. My name's Ryan Milkey. You all know who I am by now. If you don't, I just told you. We're here to literally break down and talk about Harry Potter Chamber of the Secrets. I think Ron's in that. Scary dude. What's he looking at? Guys, did everybody see on Instagram this morning? I got a clip of Headless going to work. He is literally a Potter freak now. We did that breakdown last night on his channel for the first one, and he's an absolute freak now. He's doing all this kind of stuff. And as Daniel Radcliffe would say,
fairly sure that was not featured in the books.
Ryan, what is bloody going on? Says Anthony Blaze. Good to see you, my friend. I saw you doing your usual trick in the chat, seeing what time we would start. So I thought, screw it, let's just go, because Anthony Blaze is already here, so the show can go on. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce my wonderful, amazing guests for tonight. You all know my first one, of course. He is my co-host. He is always on every ride that we go on, whether it be a broom, a car, a dragon, a boat down the river for Willow. Yeah, I went there. Guys, please welcome my amazing brother from another mother who also lives in another country. His name is Headless Ned Stark. Welcome in, buddy.
Or so you think I am. I don't know what's going on tonight. What's going on? Blaze?
I'm a delusional optimist.
That's exactly right. What's up, man? Good.
Good. We were here last night. It feels like I literally haven't moved from where I was sat. I'm literally still
I actually just got done watching this thing about a half an hour ago, and I got some questions.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I get it.
I've got a slideshow. I put a slideshow together, my usual Ryan Milkey Live. I put a slideshow together. There's about 26 slides. I think 24 of them are actually the movie, and then 2 are like promotional for next week. We're gonna run through it. I know we've got another guest with us today. We've got the amazing Lily joining us again. She is the Hermione to our Ron and Harry Potter. Sup, Mr. Terry, says Anthony Blaze.
Yo, yo, yo.
And Barbara Missouri's in the chat. Welcome, buddy. Did you all watch the second one? Tell Talks. Hey, chaps, looking forward to this. Last night's stream flew by. Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
A little bit different tonight. Like I said, we've got a slideshow and we're with the same guys, same people. So, yeah, without further ado, let's welcome on Lily. Looking amazing as always, making us 2 ugly guys on stream look terrible. How you doing?
I've got my Slytherin sweater on tonight.
Nice.
My collegiate wear.
There's Crit Collectors in the chat saying evening.
I know. I need to get more gear.
Mm-hmm. I need to get a wand.
Oh.
I was supposed to show my wand off. I forgot to do that yesterday.
Tomorrow.
Randy does that
or
every Tuesday night.
Next week.
Yeah, I'll have. Yeah, I did forget. I'll bring all that. I'll bring that all up next Sunday. I'll bring all my pops up. I got too.
I have 2 wands. I have Hermione's wand and I have Sirius Black's wand.
Oh, yeah. Bring those up. We could do a show and tell.
Arcade Pops in the chat. What is good?
What is
Arcade
good?
Pop?
What is good?
So yeah, what do you guys think of the second movie, Chamber of Secrets? Personally, it's my least favorite of the set.
Of all of them?
Of all of them, this is my least favorite one.
So yesterday I said that I thought the beginning was very slow and I did not like it that much. But after watching the last hour, I like it because they definitely I guess my big complaint about the movie overall is that Hermione's not really in it, which is awful because that should never happen. But the last hour is really good, and then it does tie together and gives you more facts than they give you in the first one. So they give you a little more of the lore, they give you a little more about Voldemort, and so I actually really enjoyed the second half of it. I liked it. I thought it was good.
Okay. What about you,
The
Lily?
first half was a little slow, but
I like this movie fine. It's not one of my top ones of the whole franchise, but I think it's still an important one because, like, Headless is saying that it gives some backstory of Voldemort and things like that, so it's important. There's some cheesy moments, but I think it's decent.
Yeah, no, I'm not. When I say it's my least favorite, that doesn't mean in any way that I don't like it. I really do. I love all of them. They all work together. You know, you can't have any of the story going forward without what we have in this one. So it all makes sense. But if I was to sit here and rank them, which we have done with many things, unfortunately, this would probably be at the bottom of the list.
It's not one of the most exciting ones. However, the ending is really great of this one.
Yeah, so the last hour is really, really good.
Yeah, now let's get into it. I have a slideshow put together, so I will just get back to the start of it. I didn't go through the entire movie because there would have been, as you have all known from previous experiences with my slideshows, I can make a 50 slide thing on a 30-minute episode. So you might, if you want to talk about things that are not in it, let's do that. But bring it up. But I don't think the spider part's going to be in there because it doesn't really have that much to do with the real concurrent story. But we'll go for it.
Is there more spider in the? I feel like there's more spiders in the series. All right, that's a spoiler. Never mind.
So yeah, we have the thumbnail that we made, and we're going to go straight into it. So while at home with the Dursleys for the summer, Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe, is not getting any mail from any of his friends, Ron and Hermione.
I hate that he always has to go home.
Yeah, it's annoying. But that was what school was like, you know? You always had to go home. That was the worst part. And it showed a lot. I think it showed a lot for school kids as well, because I enjoyed school more than I did home life. School was a lot better for me. So I don't know, you know, but I agree with that. Having to come home all the time is annoying.
So at the end of this movie, we assume he goes back home again because is the year over at this point?
Yeah. Well, when he's with the Dursleys, yeah, he's like on summer vacation or whatever.
Yeah, but I'm saying like at the end of this movie, is it like the end of the because he goes Dumbledore goes all finals have been canceled or whatever. So we assume that's the end of the year too.
Yeah, I would assume so. I think every year is pretty much a school year.
Every book, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because the school, we break up in like May and then we go back in September. And his birthday is obviously in July, Harry's, because it's on this slide here. We meet Dobby on his 12th birthday. Harry is visited by Dobby, a house elf who warns Harry that he is in mortal danger if he returns to Hogwarts. Harry ignores Dobby's warnings and is determined to return. So I heard backstage that you guys aren't that happy with Dobby. You don't quite like Dobby.
He's annoying. He's an annoying character, but I mean, there's a whole fan base dedicated to saving the house elves.
I mean, I think every aspect of life has annoying people. Jar Jar Binks is annoying in Star Wars. Dobby's annoying.
Stark is annoying.
Well, I was going to say Papa Missouri is kind of annoying because he likes Jar Jar Binks. As I make fun of my only Patreon.
But like I was telling you guys, my daughter, she loves Dobby.
Yeah.
She thinks he's absolutely adorable. She went to Dobby Doll. She thinks he's so cute.
I love Dobby. Yeah, some things happen in this story that we'll get to later down the line.
So I have a question. So how does Dobby know that he would be in danger coming back? Is it because of who his master is that we don't know yet? Is that why?
Yeah, he overhears them talking about the plan.
Okay, so we're okay. Okay, that's what I figured, but I just wanted to double check it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. There's Tell Talks in the chat. I knew it was going to come up. Dobby is him after watching his team Tottenham yesterday. They played my team Liverpool, and it was a crazy game. We ended up winning 4-3 in the end. But it was crazy. We were 3-0 up. We were 3-0 up, and then it went to 3-3, and then it went to 4-3. It was a crazy game, but as soon as I saw the result, I was thinking of Tell because that's his team. Sorry, buddy. So yeah, I got this good pause moment here with Dobby with the magic. It turns out that Dobby has been collecting Harry's letters, and it seems as though his friends, because he thought his friends had forgotten about him, hoping that they might not want him to return to Hogwarts. Seeing that he will have to use force, Dobby decides to destroy by using a charm. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but the elves are really, really powerful. The house elves, they're really powerful with the magic. If they were given wands, if they were allowed to use wands, they would probably be more powerful than any wizard. And the fact that Dobby does magic here is why Harry gets caught by the Ministry for using magic outside of school, because they don't track an individual person, they track an area. And because Harry's the only known wizard within that area, they assume that he did the magic, but it was actually Dobby.
See, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. So then I paused it on an infamous scene. Love this scene.
Yeah.
A large cake. Yeah.
See, I thought they just assumed that he was using magic here. But I mean, I knew he wasn't, but now what you said makes sense.
Yeah, the Ministry of Magic assumed it was him because
Yeah.
they don't track the person, they track the area.
Okay.
So yeah, Dobby floats the cake over Aunt Petunia, played by Fiona Shaw, baked for an important dinner date attended by Vernon Dursley and his boss and his wife. A funny, very, very funny moment. Loved it. I'm going to go to the next part. Is Dursley. Harry is blamed by the Ministry of Magic for Dobby's charm and is told that he does magic outside of school again, he'll be expelled. On learning that Harry cannot perform magic outside of school, the Dursleys, previously fearful of the wizarding, lock Harry's books and wand away. And then, because if you notice, he's in a different room this week, in this movie. He's got his own room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's not in the cupboard under the stairs anymore. Yeah, because in the books, Harry, all the stuff that's in Harry's room in this movie, he doesn't have in the books. All of that stuff is locked away under in the cupboard under the stairs, and he's not allowed to have any of it. So there's different things that play out that way. But yeah, he boards the windows up. There's a cool book Easter egg here as well. He's using a drill. For anybody who knows, Vernon Dudley works for a drill company in the Muggle world. Little book detail. So a few days later, Fred and George and Ron come to rescue in their father's car, the Ford Anglia, which we spoke about yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And another fun Easter egg is this is the only time you see the 7990 TD number plate on the car. So when you see the car again, you see Chamber of Secrets, so it's CS, and then it's 2001, I believe, or something like that. But that's for the Chamber of Secrets. Yeah, they changed the number plate for some strange reason.
Huh. No idea.
Me either.
So does the 7990 TD mean anything?
I don't think so. It might do, but I'm not aware of it. Do you know of anything to do with that, Lily?
Not that I know of either.
Cool. So then we fly to the Dursleys. The Burrow. We fly to the Burrow, which is the home of the Weasleys, located on the outskirts of Ottery St Catchpole in Devon, England. It was a thoroughly magical dwelling that became second home to Harry Potter. A barn and a chicken coop stood nearby. Yeah, the Dursleys. There you go. Thanks, Teltalks. It'll be the Dursleys. But I don't know, because isn't that? No, I don't think it would be the Dursleys.
That's not even our car.
Yeah, that's the Weasley's car. Yeah, no, that's the Weasley's car. So yeah, there's the Burrow. It's out of magic. As you can see, it's kind of like a really small one-story bungalow, and then they just built magical stuff on top of it.
It was totally how I pictured it in the book too,
Mm-hmm.
when they showed this in the movie.
Yeah, and it's very detailed as well with the book. They spend a good chapter or two here, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think Harry has 10 days at the Dursleys, or even a month before he even goes back to Hogwarts. But in film, he's there for like a day, maybe a couple of days. So I know they speed all that up. So then Harry and the Weasleys go to Diagon Alley, but Harry mispronounces the spell and ends up in Borkin and Burke's. And to remain spoiler-free for the rest of the show, this shop is full of suspicious items and occurrences that inform stories later on in the show. That was the best way I could come up with, not having to explain what this store is. But a lot of people say that the movies turn darker in the next one. But I took this shot here because that's House Elves' skulls in that jar.
Oh,
No.
Now that's dark to me.
yeah.
So yeah, that's where I first see the darkness of Harry Potter start to creep in for the storyline, is this scene here. And that's why I made a point of capturing it. Because Borkin and Burke's is really cool for the storyline going forward. So Edis, you're going to say something, sorry.
No, I just want to make sure. Okay, so I didn't realize that they went somewhere different. So you're saying that they went to Diagon Alley.
But because he said it differently, he said diagonally, as in diagonally, instead of Diagon Alley.
So they never actually were there. So they wanted to go there, but he said it wrong, and that's why they ended up here.
Yeah, they were going to go to Diagon Alley, where all the stores are.
Right.
But he said it differently, so it kind of like took him, but also took him out a different exit.
And he kind of ends up in the bad part of town.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the name of the street called, Lily? I forget. The bad part.
Oh.
That's a good
Nocturne Alley?
question.
Is it Nocturne Alley?
Yeah.
I think it is, yeah, because I know that they actually built Nocturne Alley completely out, and then they very rarely, hardly use it in the story, which is really annoying. Especially when you think of Diagon Alley is always used, you know? Yeah. Have you guys, Headless, you've been to the Harry Potter world? Do they have a dark street like that for the...
I'm pretty sure they do, yeah. It's
pitch black inside
it's
there.
Like really dark, yeah. And
Yeah.
there's skulls in the one window that you use your wand for, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's cool.
Nice. So Harry soon finds himself to be the unwanted centre of attention again of the three people. Their vain defence against the dark arts Professor Gilderoy Lockhart, played by Kenneth Branagh, admired by, I can't see that because it's behind there, Peeves,
Colin
and
Creevy.
Ron's sister Ginny Weasley, and Who Fancies Harry, which we get a nice foreshadowing in this episode. I think Malfoy says to him later on, "Oh look, Harry, you found yourself a girlfriend," and yeah, nice foreshadowing.
Yeah, they did that better in the book too, though. It was more clear in the book that she had a crush on him, or was crushing on him big, and it was like little tiny snippets in the movie.
Yeah, I think we see a little bit of it in the Weasley's home earlier on in the episode, where she's
just
a bit shy with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what do you think of Gilderoy Lockhart?
I don't know why, like the young girls who they're like 12, are crushing on this old cheesy man.
That's his charm, though, isn't it? That's some magical thing that he has about him that does that to women.
Okay. I don't get it.
Yeah, I thought it was super strange.
The charm isn't working on me.
So we know later on in the storyline we find out, you know, it's not a spoiler if you're here enjoying the show with us and you've seen the movie, we find out he's a fraud basically, and he takes people's abilities and then uses them for his own. So could be one of the things that he's doing with his love charm and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Like
I like him. He's just super annoying.
Yeah,
I hate his voice. So then we meet Lucius Malfoy. Lucius is the patriarch of the prestigious pureblood Malfoy family and father of Draco Malfoy, and also played by Isaacs. What's his name?
Jason Isaacs.
Jason Isaacs, yeah, awesome actor. And here we can see he takes one book out to look at it, and then he places two back in, and that second one is actually the diary, Tom Riddle's diary, that we find out later in the episode. Don't know if anybody else caught that. I'm sure a lot of cool Harry Potter fans and people that have watched it a lot would have caught it. But did you catch it, Headless?
Well, I didn't catch it at the beginning, but I think they kind of go through that at the end. Like Harry kind of says, yeah. I didn't realize that's what it was. So the point of him taking it up was what then for right here? Like, what was the point of it? Like, he have to give it to what's her face, to Ginny? Yeah. Okay. But he doesn't.
Yeah, so he gets introduced to them, doesn't he? He walks in the room and he's introduced to them, and he goes, "Oh, ginger hair, must be a Weasley." And then he looks at the book, and then as he looks at it, he puts it back, and he puts that and the diary in there too. So she doesn't know she's got the diary right now.
Oh, so he does get, and they're giving it to her. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after a pleasant summer together in the Weasley's house, everyone heads to platform 9 3/4 to take the Hogwarts Express to school. To their shock, Harry and Ron are unable to enter the barrier between platforms 9 and 10. Cool little thing. You were mentioning this last night. Why don't people just run into the wall?
That's why.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why I still don't understand why they're blocked. Is it just because
they're not magical?
No. That doesn't, like, Ron and Harry aren't able to get in there.
So I believe Dobby
you have to go at a certain time. Like, if you don't go when you're supposed to go, you can miss it.
So that's why they didn't get in?
Don't they miss the time, Ryan?
I know they missed the time, but I always assumed Dobby stopped it. I thought Dobby did his magical stuff on the wall.
Oh.
Because all the other ones go in, right?
Yeah, the mother and the father and
Right.
Weasley's all running ahead of them, don't they? And then they hit
See,
the
I
wall,
thought
and as
they
they
were
stand
just
up,
late.
they hear the whistle.
But I think you're right, because I think Dobby does admit it later.
Hmm.
So he stops them from going in, but then they end up taking that car anyways. See, I
Yeah.
guess this is where I got a little confused because I thought like it was almost like I don't know, like a different dimension. I didn't realize they could just fly there. Like anyone could just fly to that if they know where it is. I guess.
Pretty much,
Takes
yeah, I'm
longer,
guessing.
though.
Yeah. See, I didn't realize that. I thought it was like almost like two separate like dimensions or something. I don't know. I didn't realize that.
So yeah, in desperation, they fly to Hogwarts in the car, crashing into the Whomping Willow and damaging Ron's wand. The semi-sentinel car ejects them and their belongings and disappears into the Forbidden Forest. Events take a turn for the worse in the summer when the Chamber of Secrets is opened and a monster stalks the castle. With the power literally to petrify several students, according to legend, the chamber was built by Salazar Slytherin and can only be opened by the heir in order to purge Hogwarts of students who are not pure-blood wizards. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Enemies of the heir, beware. This is where it starts to get good for me. Usually I will fast forward to this part. When I'm bored, I'll just fast forward because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I like seeing Filch like tell Harry he's going to kill him. I'll kill you because of the cat and stuff. And I'm just thinking, Arya Stark's going to get you first.
Arya Stark's going to get you first.
What you guys in the chat think of this film so far? Have you been enjoying, Charles? I know you've been watching it. Have you been enjoying the Harry Potter series so far, or are you finding it a little too childish? Because I do think it definitely gets older going through. What about you guys? You're enjoying it, right, Headless? I know you love it.
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
Potter fan.
it's just like I said. This one for me was a little bit slower, and I don't remember most of it. I remember the snake part at the end, and again, it's been such a long time because what did we say? This came out in 2003 or something, 2002. I mean, you're talking 20 years ago. I probably saw this. So it's been a long time, and again, when you see it one time, it's like. But I like I said, the beginning was a little bit slow, but I didn't really enjoy after actually it's funny because it's after Hermione gets it's a little before that though. Wait, does Hermione go to the snake or not the snake? Is she in there with the spider or no? Is she already frozen by that point or petrified?
Hermione doesn't go to the spider, no.
Okay, but the kids do that before she's actually petrified, right? I'm trying to remember now. I don't know. It's right around that area is when I thought the episode was really good. Like the movie became much more interesting than the first half. But I understand the first half. You got to build it up. You got to introduce Lucius because he's not in the first movie. It's funny though. I think Draco is not really in this one very much at all. He's got a couple scenes. That's basically it. But you got to bring in Dobby. You got to introduce him because he plays a pretty big role in the movie overall. Even though I still think it's a little goofy, but yeah, I still like the first one better. I think. But okay. I thought this movie was decent. Yeah, that was pretty good. It was fun.
Fun fact for this exact scene here: in the movie, they say it's the cat's blood that wrote this message. In the book, it's actually paint.
It's actually paint?
Yeah, it's paint in the book. They don't mention blood. So just differences.
That's interesting. I mean, I like the change.
Yeah, I do. So many suspect that Harry is the heir of Slytherin, especially after he inadvertently speaks Parseltongue, the language of snakes, a rare ability that Harry gained after Voldemort's murder attack upon when he was an infant. So yeah, this is a cool little Easter egg when he comes out and starts talking to the snake. I enjoy it. I love it. I remember being a kid and walking around and yes, I can say it.
Like when he started talking like that, I didn't know. like I didn't even understand what was going on. I'm like, okay, so but they explain it later on in the movie, which
Mhm.
I kept asking my wife. I'm like, wait, so why is he talking to this snake? And she's like, just keep watching the movie. So I mean, they do fill you in,
Yeah.
But
And for people who know the story and know Harry Potter, and know Voldemort has a famous snake later down the show called Nagini, and it kind of lays the groundwork for the storyline of that here, with talking about snakes and then being connected with Voldemort in ways. So yeah, it's a very good when you know the whole story aspect. It's good foreshadowing. I enjoy that kind of stuff with movies. So yeah, Harry and Ron and Hermione attempt to discover who the heir of Slytherin's true identity is, using Polyjuice Potion. Brewed by Hermione, they disguise themselves as Slytherin students Crabbe and Goyle, hoping to learn from Draco Malfoy the identity of the heir. Because they believe that Draco will probably know, because he knows all the stuff of Slytherin. I like this part. I like that I believe these books actually do exist. You can buy the potions books and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And Crabbe and Goyle are always good.
If you could drink Polyjuice Potion and pretend to be somebody for a day, who would it be?
Oh, Jesus. That's not my answer. I'm not going to say Jesus. Instantly, I think George R.R. Martin.
dude, I was thinking the same thing.
Is it because so you could know how it's going to end?
Yeah.
Not so how it ends, just so that I could read his book that he's writing.
Okay.
Just to know something about it. Yeah, just for a day. If I had 24 hours in his eyes. And that's who you were thinking, was it, Headless?
I kind of was at the beginning, yeah. But then I was thinking maybe I'll just be Khal Drogo. Or not Khal Drogo, Jason Momoa, or you know what would actually be pretty cool would be George Lucas too, just like old George Lucas.
Tell talks. Good luck at finding a hair of Jesus.
Who would you be?
What about you, Lily? Yeah, who would you be?
I want to be the girlfriend of Jason Momoa. How about that? I get to be her for the day.
So you could just go as Emilia Clarke pre Game of Thrones seasons 1 and 2, and you get best of both worlds.
There you go. Wait, isn't he married? Is Jason Momoa still married to what's her face?
I think they got divorced. I don't know if it was ever finalized.
Oh, they got
Bonet.
divorced. Oh yeah, that's who it is.
So the next slide. Unfortunately, the hair that Hermione took from Millicent Bulstrode's uniform was from a cat and not from her. So the Polyjuice Potion made her human transfigurations.
All right, so there you go. Because that was going to be my next question, so you explained it. I did not.
Why she turned into a cat?
Yes, I did not catch this. So that's
I have a fun fact about this. So they were minors when they filmed this, and so they had doubles because they could only work for so many hours a day. So when there's, shots from behind or whatever, when you're not going to really know it's them, or from really far away, they can use the doubles. And Hermione had a really bad reaction to that cat suit. So that when she's in the cat, that's her double the whole time that we see on film.
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't know that. That's cool. And one of my favorite characters from this movie is Moaning Myrtle. That's why she has a little cameo in the background there.
She's
just love how she floats around and talks. Yeah, that's why I like her though. I like the annoying people.
You do, because I can't stand her. Her voice is like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Is that the ghost?
Yeah, in the bathroom.
The ghost in the bathroom. What's her name again?
Moaning Myrtle.
Myrtle, yeah. She's super annoying. And then she goes up there. She goes, Harry, if you die, I'll let you share my stall or whatever she says. I'm like, what the hell's going on right now?
She's so high.
Yeah, there's a lot of actual sexual innuendos in all of the films.
Yeah.
When you sit and watch them, it's crazy to say that for kids. But yeah, the attack increases throughout the year, petrifying more students, including Hermione. Most horribly, a message written on the wall declares that Ginny Weasley has been taken to the chamber and her skeleton will lie there forever. Interesting. Ginny Weasley getting some screen time, some involvement in the storyline out of nowhere.
I was gonna say it is super weird. Like we've seen her for a matter of like 30 seconds, maybe in 2 movies, and then all of a sudden she's like the one they're going to save. Like I'm like, where did that come from?
I know, because at this point, I never really cared, books or movie, for Ginny. Like she's just very like over here character. I mean, I know she becomes
Very
someone
popular,
later, but
very pretty and very popular.
but she's
in the
still
books.
very just a quiet, shy girl that wasn't really, part of the huge story until this, and then, meh.
Does she have more of a role in the next movie then, or no?
She becomes important later.
So not even so much in the next one, then, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
No, not so much in the next one, no. But yeah, later on in the franchise, definitely. Yeah, I like her, and you met her very recently, didn't you?
Yeah, I got her autograph. Bonnie Wright.
Yeah, Bonnie
She's
Wright.
very, very, very nice.
She's pregnant with her first child.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So with the help of Ron and Moaning Myrtle, played by Shirley Henderson, fun fact, at the time of filming, Shirley Henderson was 44 years old, playing a teenage girl.
Wow.
So Moaning Myrtle is a 44-year-old female in the filming of this movie, which is crazy to think about it. She's floating around. She looks like a teenage girl. It really is crazy.
Yeah.
They force Gilderoy Lockhart, a fraud who wipes clean other wizards' memories and claims their achievements to go with them. Once they find the entrance to the chamber, Lockhart uses Ron's broken wand to erase Harry and Ron's memories, but the spell backfires on him, bringing the ceiling caving in. And then that's pretty much the end of his story.
And finally, that wand is useful for something, because I'm like, dude, like you put in duct tape or masking tape or whatever it's on it. I'm like, what the heck, dude? Or not masking.
I have missed things out, guys. I'm sure people will be aware. Like there was a famous slug scene with the wand that backfires. And
oh yeah, that was gross.
Yeah,
dude.
I missed a lot out because I didn't want to be here for 2 hours breaking down every scene because I could have, believe me.
That scene was pretty gross.
Yeah, it was. I still to this day watch it and get a little bit of a icky feeling. Like, oh, it's horrible. Yeah, and then we have basically the big crescendo. Harry makes it to the chamber where he finds an unconscious Ginny. He also meets a young man named Tom Riddle, who claims to be a memory. Harry learns that Ginny is under the control of Lord Voldemort, and she opened the chamber. Voldemort, whose real name is Tom Marvolo Riddle, the anagram of which is I am Lord Voldemort.
So I have a question here,
which is cool.
So okay, we saw earlier in the movie that Harry goes and he's in the he's using the diary and Tom Riddle's talking and basically ends up showing him where the he shows them the bet like was it 50 years I think is prior, and basically they try to pin on
Hagrid
that he's the one who actually opened the Chamber of Secrets originally, which we find out is not actually true.
Correct.
But anyway, so when at the end of the movie, when we see this Tom Riddle, what are we looking at exactly here? Is it just another ghost? Is it what is it?
So in the books, what I was aware is he was supposed to just be some form of memory, but in the movies, he's very much there.
Yeah, and I'm like, it didn't seem like Harry could touch him or anything like that. So I was just trying to figure out, like, I understand what was going on, but I'm trying to understand, like, what are we looking at exactly here? Is like, how is he able to do that, Voldemort? Because I mean, that's obviously him.
When Harry went into his diaries, he was able to go back in time to see what happened, and there must be some way that connected him to like bringing Tom to his time.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't really know how though.
Yeah. So is he like? I mean, so he's not physically there though, is he? Or I mean, isn't the whole point of is what he's trying to do? He's trying to get a human host.
Does anybody in the chat know? That's a really good question because I never. Yeah, I know exactly what you're asking.
Yeah, I was just a little confused. I wasn't exactly sure. Like, is it just a vision? But
I would say it was a manifestation of the diary. I think if the diary wasn't down in the chamber, then neither would Tom Riddle.
Okay.
Yeah, they're somehow connected in each other's worlds. When Harry went into the diary, he came out of the diary.
Okay. No, I was just curious because I was just trying to figure that out because I knew at that point because I remember that some of the stuff I remembered that Tom Riddle was Voldemort. Yeah, but I was just trying to figure out like what am I actually watching like right now? Is Ron like if Ron was there the whole time during the battle with the snake, would Ron been able to see Tom Riddle too? I guess yes, you know what I'm saying? Because
I think yes.
You would say yes. Okay. So he has some type of physical form. Okay.
Yeah, I want to. There's a term for things later on down the line that I'm not saying. I think I said it last night, but yeah, there's certain things that can connect all this stuff later down the story.
Okay.
Without saying it, obviously. But yeah, I like it. I like this part when he writes his name out and it flips. I remember when I first saw that, I freaked out. I was like, oh, crazy. I never even realized up until this point in the movie, oh, that's actually Voldemort. I remember the first time watching it. It was really cool. And I've still, to this day, I've written down Tom Marvel Riddle and then wrote I am, and it works. It actually fits in with the anagram.
So Marvolo is like his middle name.
Mm-hmm.
It was, his dad's name was actually Tom Marvolo. Voldemort is Tom Riddle as a kid. His dad's name was Tom Marvolo, and he becomes Tom Marvolo Riddle. His mother, should I say this, Ryan, now?
Yeah.
Like how? Okay. So Tom Riddle's mom used a charm to make Tom Marvolo fall in love with her, and that produced Tom Riddle. And so the whole point here, which is probably why Gilderoy Lockhart was in this film, because he's using the fake charms and stuff like that. The whole point of this is to show that Tom Riddle was not born into true love. His mother was like cuckoo kanuku, and his father ditched when he found out that she tricked him into loving her and that it wasn't real. And so Tom grew up with resentment towards that. And Harry's the opposite. He was born from Lily and James, who represent complete, utter, true love. Mm-hmm. So that's what's inside Harry, and it doesn't exist inside Tom Riddle, who becomes Voldemort because he was not born with love.
Gotcha.
Very well said.
Okay. That makes sense.
Tom Riddle's memory grows more powerful as it steals life from Ginny's book, and it tries to kill Harry by setting loose a basilisk, the monster responsible for petrifying the students. But Dumbledore, Richard Harris again. I'm not sure which one Richard Harris isn't in. I always thought it was this one, but this one's still got Richard Harris in it.
The next one, I think they replace him.
Okay.
Well, because they had to.
Yeah, so Phoenix Fawkes arrives carrying the Sorting Hat, which Harry Potter draws out the sword of Godric Gryffindor, which is cool. A lot of people, we were questioning whether he should be in Slytherin or Gryffindor, and this whole point here. He stabs the diary, one of the basilisk's fangs, and the memory of Riddle is destroyed. While Ginny revives from her near-death state, Harry seems to be dying quickly, but the venom from Fawkes comes to heal Harry with his tears. Phoenix tears have healing powers. Ginny and Harry both recover fully, along with those who were petrified earlier: Hermione, Miss Norris, Justin, Finch, Fletchley, Nearly Headless Nick, and Colin Creevy. And that point there, Mrs. Norris, if they'd have used the cat's blood, I don't think the cat would have come back from petrification. So they used paint. It was paint that was on the wall, so that later down in the story, Mrs. Norris could come back from being unpetrified.
That makes sense.
But so wait. So you're saying, but they used the blood. They use it as blood in the movie.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if the cat does come back to life in the movie.
I don't remember either.
I don't remember the cat going forward.
Yeah, they don't show that part.
Yeah,
because the cat is Miss Norris.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have another question before we get to the end here. So I know they try to explain how Hermione actually sees the snake eyes. I don't understand how. I mean, how
she was looking at her mirror. She was looking at herself in the mirror, and she saw it through the mirror.
But where?
What do you mean where? She
Like,
was just
where-
her hand mirror, her normal hand
Yeah,
mirror.
but
and she's probably in the
how would she see the snake? Like, where was she at that she would have saw this?
hallways, like where everyone else gets petrified.
So the snake is just creeping around the pipes. Is that what they were talking about?
Supposedly, yeah, supposedly.
I mean, it's a little big.
I know. Well, that's another point from the books. That in the books, this thing is 20 feet tall. In the movie, they make it 60 feet tall. Like it's 3 times bigger in the movie than it is in the book. The basilisk.
Okay. So the basilisk just creeps around the hallways and stuff, and that's how the kids. Okay. All right. Because I mean, we don't actually see any of them get petrified, do we? In the movie?
No.
Yeah, that's odd.
Headless Poppin just came in and said to Tell Talks he's got a hair of Jesus for sale on eBay. Loving it. So yeah, Harry realizes that it was Lucius Malfoy, Draco Malfoy's father, who slipped the diary into Ginny's cauldron when he encountered the Weasleys in Diagon Alley's bookshop, but he was unable to prove it. Dobby reveals that he is Malfoy's servant, and knowing the treachery, he has been trying to protect Harry all year. In gratitude, Harry sticks out one of his old socks into the diary and hands it to Lucius Malfoy. Lucius throws this away uncaringly, but Dobby catches it and finds a sock hidden in the pages. This is one of the most amazing scenes. Dobby has given Master has given Dobby a sock. Dobby is free. Love it. That's the exact part. Dobby's face there is where he says free. I would love a Dobby. Like, screw that green child.
What?
This is the original Baby Yoda.
Wow, let's not get crazy now.
This was the original Baby Yoda, dude. Just not green. Dumbledore dispels Harry's fears that he could have been put into Slytherin rather than into Gryffindor when he tells Harry that it's his choices that define him and not his abilities, and that Harry had wielded the sword of Gryffindor if he was not truly belonged to that house, because only a true Gryffindor can wield the sword. So yeah, that kind of solidified in his mind that he could be in Gryffindor, and that he was welcome to be there. And then yeah, at the end we have a feast, and it's held with the revived victims. Hermione reunites with Harry and Ron, and Hagrid returns to Hogwarts. Fun fact about this, you know where everybody in the class is cheering and all happy for Hagrid?
Yes.
That's not how it happened in the book. Hagrid just walks into the room casually, nobody really cares. Everyone's clapping because Dumbledore announces that Gilderoy Lockhart will not be returning next year.
He doesn't say that, does he? In the movie.
No, but yeah, in the book, everyone's clapping at the end because Gilderoy Lockhart isn't coming back. So it was a funny moment at the end, but they made it for Hagrid, and they gave him this. And obviously, with the passing of the actor for Hagrid, now this scene hits harder.
Yeah.
You know, but it definitely does. And then we have the end, an awesome shot of Hogwarts as we pan out. And then one more slide. Come join us next week, where we'll be on Headless's channel. We'll be breaking down The Prisoner of Azkaban. And
best book.
There's a couple. Yeah, we have some stuff up there for you guys to look at and to ponder about. The Marauders map and what looks like a guy called Sirius Black.
Best character.
So yeah,
Black.
Headless, how do you rate this episode?
Well, yeah. Well, yesterday we never really got to it. So I would give the first one. So it's funny. I went back into IMDb because I always do that to see what I actually ranked it the first time. And I apparently I've seen all these movies except for The Prisoner of Azkaban because I have no ranking for that one because I never saw that one. I know, right? And you guys keep telling me it's probably the best one. So if I look this up, I'm gonna look it up right now.
Well, it's the best book. It's not the best movie, but it's still a great movie.
Yeah.
And everybody in the chat, let us know what your scores are for this week, for this episode, if you enjoyed it.
So Sorcerer's Stone, my original ranking on this one was a 6. was for Sorcerer's Stone, but I've now increased that score to an 8 out of 10. So I made it. I give that first movie an 8 out of 10 because I think it does a pretty good job setting it up. I enjoy the Quidditch match. Much more than the Quidditch match in this one. It felt like it was almost out of place, and all of a sudden, like Gryffindor is not good at Quidditch anymore. It seemed like it was really strange. Like, I don't know, it was odd to me. So the first movie I gave 8 out of 10, and then this movie I would dip down below that. I would say like a 7 out of 10.
You just reminded me. You mentioned Quidditch. People might know or might have noticed I left out all the Quidditch from this episode.
It was not good. The beater thing was it was weird. I don't know.
So I'm going to do, after all of the Harry Potter lives are done, I'm going to come back and do another live talking just about Quidditch, because I think that I could probably do a 2-hour live just talking about Quidditch. Because it's such a good sport and detailed, and we can have fun with that. Because I know I also want to do another video where I'm pleading to HBO, where I'm telling them what I want the show to be. Certain things that they missed out that they could show us. So it'll be cool. Yeah. 7 for Tell. I like that you use 7. As a Harry Potter fan, 7 is a magical number in Harry Potter. 7 is brought up many, many times. And next week I will come back with some info on how many times 7 has been used currently in the 2 movies. It's cool. But yeah. Lily, how do you rank this one?
Sorcerer's Stone or just Chamber of Secrets? Because we never said yesterday.
Well, both, yeah. Let us know both.
Okay. So if Sorcerer's Stone was just by itself, and I wasn't comparing it to all the other Harry Potter movies, I would probably give it a 9. In comparison with all the other movies, I make it a 7 or an 8. So Chamber of Secrets, I'm going to put at I feel like it's pretty much the same as the first one. So I'm going to give it, I'm like a 7.5 for Chamber of Secrets, only because I'm thinking of the rest of them still to go. And they improve so much. And I think it's mostly these first 2, it's because of the graphics and everything, because they're older. But once we hit the next one, everything starts getting like exponentially better.
Yeah, and they do, and that's a great line, exponentially better, because look at the troll from the first movie to the basilisk in this movie. That's an exponential jump in difference, and it's only a year difference in movie filming, you know? And it just gets better. It really does.
But would you...
For me...
Wait, whoa. So wait, what are you giving the first movie then?
I'm giving the first one an 8, and I'm giving the second one a 7.5.
Okay. All right, Ryan, go ahead.
For me, the first one is nostalgia all over. I've watched the first one more than any of the other movies. I love the introduction to all the characters. I love that we get the pure innocence of the trio. I'm going to give the first one a 7 out of 10.
So,
and Chamber of Secrets, go ahead.
You're lower than both of us on that.
Okay. And Chamber of Secrets, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not my favorite movie. It is rather boring. As I said earlier, I kind of skipped forward to certain parts. I'm going to give Chamber of Secrets a 6 out of 10. Gilderoy Lockhart is annoying. I like that Lily gave a little bit of not foreshadowing, but a little bit of clearance with his story and with the Tom's mother and the love charm and all that kind of stuff. That's really cool. So now maybe when I watch it again, I might have that kind of stuff in mind and see if anything sticks with that. But yeah, for me, it's probably going to be my least ranked movie, unfortunately. But it's cool, you know, we have to have them, and they're here. And it's not that I don't enjoy it. It's my least favorite of all of them. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I actually switched mine because I know a couple that's coming ahead. So I actually knocked down the first one to 7.5, and then 7 for the second one. But
okay, are you making a thing back there? Are you?
What'd you say?
Are you collecting the scores back there?
Yeah, I'm typing them in right now. I'll make it look pretty because right now it's just document. But
no worries. Papa Missouri, what was your score, my friend? I know you watched it recently. If you're still here, let us know. Thanks for the comment on a great live. Tell says 7. Cool. So yeah, guys, we've got another 10 minutes before we get out of here. Any other questions for the episode or the show, or anything we want to talk about that I missed? I know I missed the spider scene. Doesn't really add much to the movie, really. It's just to freak people out. People don't like spiders and they get freaked out. I'm one of those people. I don't quite like spiders.
Yeah,
Ooh, Headless Ned doesn't like spiders either.
I don't, but I did like the scene. I just thought it was strange that like all of a sudden like they let him talk and like I got to eat you. I just thought it was weird. Especially, I don't know. I guess I don't know. Whatever. Do we get to see the spiders anymore or no?
I don't
I
think
think so. I don't
do?
really know.
I don't remember. But
So
you know
what's
what?
the-
When they redo it for the new series, I bet these first two are going to be amazing because of all the things that are in it that could be cool with CGI and stuff like that. So that's something to really look forward to.
Because the spider was like his pet or something, right? When he was like younger.
Yeah.
And what's his name? It says with a B, right?
Aragon?
Aragog.
Aragog.
Aragog?
So like,
Yeah.
okay, so we don't ever see that spider again, huh? Okay, interesting.
Maybe when they go into the woods or something. I don't really remember, but it's not something that sticks out in my head as super
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, no, that's why I did skip a lot. Tell Talks has a great question for next week's episode. Non-uniform day in Prisoner of Azkaban. Good or a bad idea?
Uniform Day and Prisoner of Azkaban.
It's the first one where the kids don't turn up in school uniform.
What do they wear?
They have their normal clothes on all summer.
Oh,
So
that's
is
right.
this movie takes place during the summer?
All the way through it, all the way through the whole school year, they just...
Why did they
don't
do
know.
that?
I don't know.
I don't know
I genuinely
either.
don't know. I know it was a very British thing to have a school uniform because I hated my school uniform. But I know
Yeah.
that 4 years in, we scrapped it and we had our own clothes. But yeah, I don't know why they did it. I'll probably deep dive into that and have an answer for that by Sunday.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious too. I never really thought about it. I like them in their uniforms, but I bet they get sick of wearing them too. And it can get pretty, over and over again to see them in just the same things. So they probably, that would be my guess, is for the movie. Because in the books, they didn't say that they were in regular clothes, did they?
Good point. Chris Columbus was the director of it. Yeah, so it probably was just director's choice. Because I remember a scene, I'm not sure if that is in the next one, with the Thestral. And I remember Malfoy having his shirt all messy. So I remember them being in some sort of school uniform in that scene.
Well, I
don't know
remember
if that's
Hermione
next.
being in jeans and a sweater too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, we will talk about that one next. Definitely. Prisoner of Azkaban will be on Sunday on Headless's channel.
Yeah.
Start time for that will be what, 7 EST?
7, yeah, EST. Yep.
Cool.
I'm looking forward to it because this is the one I've never seen, so I'm looking forward to watching it. Like I said, I feel like I never watched the second one or the first one. I mean, because I did not remember at all, and even most of this movie, the second one, I didn't really remember most of it either. But I remember the spider scene vaguely. I remember the car. I remember the ending of it, but like to put it all together, I didn't remember any of that really. So. But yeah,
I'm excited for you to meet Sirius Black.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is. Like I couldn't even tell you.
He's amazing, dude. We'll get to it.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, anything else, guys, before we head out?
I'm good. I think I know what's going on.
Cool. Go back to work tomorrow.
The problem is you have I don't wear that color, so.
Well, that's what I got sent. So they said it was you. I had trusty sources that told me it was you.
I was my Gryffindor. Oh my God, what's the word I'm looking for? My Gryffindor disguise.
Cool. Well, guys, my name's been Ryan Milkey. I've been hanging out with Lilia Fire and Headless Ned Stark, and we've been breaking down Chamber of the Secrets. This has been our reaction and review. You've been here to see the slideshow. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more of those. I enjoy making them. That's definitely for sure. Yeah, I hope that you can come and hang out with us on our next live, wherever that may be, whenever that may be. I will be hosting The Horseman tomorrow night. Same channel, so just make sure you're subscribed here and you'll get the notification for that tomorrow. There'll be a cool hangout. And then we'll be back again on Sunday for the next Harry Potter installment. And don't forget to check out the Clone Wars breakdowns, Me and Headless are working tirelessly all the time to bring you content for that. Trust us when we say for an 11 to 15 minute video, it is painstakingly hard to get past Disney's restrictions. But we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep fighting through because it's content that you guys enjoy. So yeah, definitely check those out. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Monday, respectively, until the end of June. And then we'll be straight on to Rebels, which I'm super excited to watch. But yeah, again, thank you to my amazing guests tonight. It's been great having you here, hanging out with me, talking all things Harry Potter. And yeah, we will see you guys in the next video, as Headless would say. Where's my ending button? See you later, guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Fairly sure that was not featured in the books.